Who are you? What's your name?
Francisco Chacon. It's right here.
Okay. What kind of doctor are you?
Family medicine.
Okay, that's the first question. What kind of math do you use in your job?
What kind of math?
Mm-hmm.
I guess the most complicated would be algebra.
Mm-hmm. How important is it in your job?
For the algebra or the
Yeah,
math?
the algebra, the math.
Oh, very important.
Very important.
Very important.
Okay, that's the second. What training is required to get the job that you have?
Okay. I probably have to write this one out for you. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing with what I do, I don't consider it a job. I consider it more of a vocation. To me, it's a difference. An honest job is good, no matter what. If you're a janitor, or if you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, if it's a good, honest job. But I see it more as a vocation because it's something that I want to do, and I don't see it as a job. I like what I do. It's enjoyable, and it's more like, do you know what the term calling is?
No.
That is just ever since I was 8, this is what I wanted to do, to help people. And that's what the difference between just a job and a vocation is. So, and then how long does it take? So, college, 4 years. Medical school, 4 years. Residency, and residency is where we train. In college and in medical school, most of it is books. We do some training in medical school. Residency is all training, and it lasts from 3 years, to 10 years. So, and mine took 11 years. Mine was 11 years. The ones that take longer, like a neurosurgeon, those are the ones that work on the brain. They can take up to, 18 years.
18 years.
Long time.
That's a long time. Thank you. Well, you already answered the other question that was there. Okay, number 4. What were the major subjects in high school and college that you studied?
Biology, chemistry.
What grades did you need in high school to get into college or into this job?
Oh, so what happens with that is in college, from high school to go to college, it's different first there. So you have to have generally at least it's B, C's depending on what college. Because if you want to go to a really, really good, very classy college like Harvard, all A's. You have to have all A's. Some schools you don't have to have all A's like that, but they can still be very difficult schools. Let me see how I can put it. Harvard's a good school, but you don't have to go to Harvard to go to medical school. There's a lot of good schools, but at least A's, B's, A's, B's. And then in college, you need to have at least A's and B's to be able to go from college to medical school.
Okay. what is the salary range for a person in this career? Like, for example, the lowest that it would be like
Be
when you barely enter the job.
It's like 120, 120,000 the low. And then the high is like 700, 800,000.
Oh my God.
You gotta go to school a long time though. The 700,000,
The surgeons?
that's the neurosurgeons.
Oh my God.
Quite a lot. Okay, what is?
And that's what I meant when I say it's a vocation, because if you don't like what you're doing, it's a lot of money, yes, but they work hard. They work very, very, very hard. And you have people's lives literally in your hands, and like there's the brain. And that's why it takes 18 years for like the neurosurgeon, is you have to practice and practice and practice and practice before you can actually do it with nobody else helping you. Because in residency, you have someone there that already has done all this to help you. But when you're finished, it's nobody. You look behind and nope, it's just you. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. What is your daily and weekly work schedule?
Here it's clinic work, so it is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And that varies. I used to work in a small town called Sulphur Springs, and there you are in the clinic, like the 8 to 5, but then you went to the hospital and then you were in the hospital until you finished. Not really any hours. You were always doing something. It's not that bad, but you had days where you were go.
It gets tiring.
Yeah.
Do individuals in this career work with people that are more or less educated than they are? So like, what level is their education? Like what
Sure.
do you work with?
There's not, this is gonna sound, no se va a escuchar muy humilde. There's not many people with more education than us. Even lawyers, we have more education, more school than them. So you have an idea, like a medical doctor, and then you have PhDs, they're doctors, but they're doctors in things like history, math, and all those kinds of things. And then they have a lot of schooling, but even with them, we have even a little bit more, because after college it's 4 years, and after medical school is another 3 years, so there's not that many. But the thing about it is our knowledge is it's very specific just for medicine. As if you ask me some questions about, oh golly, I wouldn't be able to do a very good job on your plumbing, for instance.
So depending on what kind of doctor
Right,
you are, it depends on.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you enjoy your job? Why or why not?
Oh yes. If I didn't enjoy it, if you don't enjoy this kind of thing, because we're blessed, we get paid quite well, but believe me, it would not be enough if you didn't enjoy it, because there's a lot of, the paperwork is the worst. The paperwork is horrible. But the actual patients, that's what's the most fun, and trying to figure out how to help them. The people, because there's a lot of doctors that get into medicine, and after a while they stop because it's just too stressful, and they move on.
Okay. Looking back, is there anything that you would do differently in order to better prepare for this career?
Because the only things that I could have done differently, the only things I don't like about what I do, I don't have control over. And that's the paperwork part, and that's where the government gets, I could go on forever on that. But that's about the only thing, so no, there's not really anything I could have done differently.
Okay. These are the last questions. Well, the last 2 questions. What, in your opinion, is the long-range outlook for this career?
Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm trying to give you a short answer because I could talk a long time. Golly, it'll be more and more difficult for people to want to do it because you spend less time with patients and more time with the paper. And that's all government stuff.
Okay. Do you feel there is good future for this career, like room to advance?
Oh yeah, it's that's another hard question, because I'm as far as you can get. To be a doctor, once you're out and you're doing what you're doing, you're about as far as you can get. You can do more, like you could be an executive of a hospital, but then you're not even taking care of patients anymore. It's not
exactly fun.
No, not for me. I want to take care of patients.
A lot more paperwork.
There's nothing but paperwork there. But that's what happens with a lot of doctors. They get tired of the hassles here, so they go on to just plain paperwork stuff. I don't want
You don't want to do that? Well, that was the last question, but I've got a few things to ask. May we take a photo with you? Okay. And we want to ask for a business card and a brochure